Hello and welcome back. I have no idea what I'm going to say. It's been maybe 10 minutes. I have this urge. I was thinking to myself, I'm going to film a video. Sometimes I have a topic in mind. And then I gotta record. Other times like today, it's just gotta record. Like a contentless message. In these types of videos, there's always something that wants to come out. There's always something that will come out. Even though I don't know what it is. And what seems to be more predominant than anything else is silence. You can bring your attention to many different aspects of your experience here as a human being. But how often do you bring your attention to your inner silence? Just silence itself. If I was to say to you right now, rest your attention in silence. What would that mean to you? Rest in silence. I could say listen, rest in listening, but that's a little bit more active than resting. Listening is still, even though when you're in a state where you're listening, that inner state of silence is still there. There's an action, there's a purpose, if you will, there's your silence and then you're listening while you're in your silence. Do you see? So there's one step. Slightly separated from that instant, the timeless. So when you're just there, here, I want to share this. Each video that I make, you might have noticed that I pause often between words. I might say one word, 2 words, a sentence, and just in those moments, I'm returning to that restful awareness where there's no thoughts of the past. I'm not thinking about what to say. Like now. Just return back to that state. That simple, unassuming, restful state of just being. All the videos I make, each word that comes from me, all the ideas that I have, comes from that restful state of mind. When you're in a restful state of mind, open, receptive, not necessarily doing anything, but when that mind state is there, things can come to you. Anyone that does channelings, anyone that does anything, if you sit there and an idea pops into your mind, where do you think that comes from? Now, don't worry about where, but the point I'm trying to make is one moment you're there, you're not planning anything, you're just there, and then an idea comes. Just boom, idea comes to you. It's a strange experience being a human, because there seems to be this aspect, if you really look closely, that ideas are just given to you. It seems as though, let me use an example of Einstein. He mentioned that all of his greatest insights never came while he was thinking, but when he was not thinking about it. In the same way that when you try to remember a friend's name, you can't really get it, and then all of a sudden you stop trying, and it comes. So when you're trying to rest in this restful state, if you're not sure what it is, just remember this. When you're trying to remember what your friend's name is, you spend some time in your mind with that intention. Oh, what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? You're setting your intention of what it is that you want. Okay? And then the moment you stop looking for it, you close the channel between you sending the message, and then you allow space for the message to return to you. The universe is very much like an echo, if you will. It kind of works it's like a reverberation. So you send stuff out, and then it returns. So if you're just going about your day and you're not really setting any kind of intention directly, then you're going to have all these subconscious intentions that are going to be sent out, mirrored, bouncing back and forth to you. And if you consciously set an intention, let's say you want to set an intention to rest in your silence, which is the purpose of this video, to kind of talk about that a little bit, then you'll try to rest in that silence, and then the moment you stop, the universe is going to send you a reflection of what that state of consciousness is like. You have an opportunity to recognize it. And when you're in that receptive state, when you're in that state of mind that you're not trying, you're not looking, you're just there, you're just being, in your mind, it's like looking for nothing. Imagine an object that has no mass. You cannot see it, it's impossible. It's a point in space that is infinitely empty, has no mass whatsoever. It is absolutely nothing. It is an infinite point in space. So just imagine bringing your attention to an infinite point in space where there's nothing. There's many different ways that you can go about creating a visualization that sends an intention out, a feeling of what it is that you want to the universe. And the universe will mirror this. I keep getting bitten. Mosquitoes again. The universe mirrors this back to you. So that's really what this video is about, is to give you a little, hopefully have you want to experience this state for yourself. All the mystics, anyone that does any kind of ritual magic, anyone that speaks about the universe, anyone that is any enlightened being that will channel the knowledge of the information, the universe through himself, does so in this way. He is out of the way. When I speak, I'm not there. I'm not directing my thoughts. I'm not directing my next words to say. I'm sitting here, standing here. I didn't know I was going to go. There's so much that is automatic, pre-programmed in our subconscious. There's so much that's happening that you can never really get a grasp of it all. But when you move out of the way, there is so much richness that explodes in your experience in life. You're not just simply given information. It's not about all of that. It's not about knowing this and knowing that and having this power and doing that. And somebody mentioned asked me in a comment yesterday, after my Kundalini experience, if my mental state was different. It's not about having a different mental state. It's not about that. It's about learning how to be human. What are you while you are here? Why are you here as a human if not to be a human? Look, if you want to learn all of these esoteric practices and all these different things, great. It's great. It is great. It's part of what it is to be a human. Go for it. Fly with that. But the ultimate purpose of being a human is not to have any one particular experience over the other. If that is what is predominant in your experience, then you go ahead and do that. Great, yes. But the point is not to just seek experiences that are outside of the human experience. I'm saying this because if you are constantly looking for something else, looking for a different state of, mental state other than the one that you have, you're creating a split. What you're saying is, what I am, I don't like, but I would like to be this. And in that very statement, that feeling creates a certain type of anxiety, a certain type of anxiousness, a certain type of restlessness. That will be the intention you're sending out to the world, saying, I don't want this. I don't want this. What it is right now, I don't want. When in reality, everything you want is in the opposite direction of what I just mentioned. It's not about seeking anything outside of yourself or trying to bring anything new into your experience. It is going into the experience of you as it is right now. And there what you're going to find is that you have certain things, certain gifts that you were brought into the world with. You can see what you have already. The only reason you're looking outside, we are looking outside of ourselves, is because we haven't looked inside and found that what we want is here already now and is already a reality, instead of trying to grab it outward. And that's just a misunderstanding. We were taught to look outside of things we want to bring to us, instead of looking to see for confirmation, to see what do I already have. And then looking and seeing what you already have, you realize it is more than you ever wanted. And all of this comes from a state where you are not there. What I mean by you're not there is your projections of the future or your thoughts about the past. You're not carrying your past from here to where you are now as a tension of you. You're not carrying your tension. I'm not carrying Danny thinking about everything I've been through and remembering I'm not worrying about that. I don't have any of that in my mind. It's not to say thoughts of my past don't pop in. But I'm here. Right now. What's the point of seeking outside yourself? You're just going to be bringing in things that are not yours to begin with. You're looking for things that you think you want. And that's the whole point of this video, I guess. What you think you want is not necessarily what's going to bring you the most joy, happiness in your life. What you think you want is not necessarily the right direction. What you think you want will bring you to a wall until you hit it. Once you hit the wall, and once you hit enough walls, you'll eventually realize that what you think you want in your life has never been what you really needed. And that what you need is actually what you want. It takes a complete reversal of your understanding This video, I'm not even sure if I'm following it, to be honest with you. I might have to watch this myself just to see. I feel it was maybe a little bit over the place. But there was one thread throughout the whole video that I want to remind you about now. Is to just return your awareness into the empty space of your being. Objectless. It's not, there's no size to it. There's no quality at all. It is the lack of all quality. And it is an aspect in you where you can rest. And in that rest, the things that you thought you wanted will be shown to you that it's not what you actually wanted. And again, that what you really wanted was always what you really needed. So I'll leave you with that. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you, thank you, thank you. Turn in.